Welcome back to Shelbz for the Culture. Pew, pew. The podcast where we discuss reality TV, pop culture, and all the chaos that keeps Bravo fans employed. I'm your host, Shelbz. And first things first, happy Pride Month, everybody!
Happy Pride Gay! Woo! Be who you are for your pride.
Ooh, you better sing. Okay. Mm-hmm. May your cocktails be strong, your reads be lethal, and may nobody try to gaslight you the way a housewife does at a cast dinner.
All right.
And today I'm joined by one of my favorite people to break down reality television with, Krystal with a K, Collins Mitchell.
Hey, y'all. Happy Pride to all the DL women out there. That's all I'm going to say. Jackie Hill Perry and the like.
Okay. Welcome back. Okay, so Krystal, before we jump into the mess, tell the people, which franchise is your comfort franchise?
Ooh, my comfort franchise. That's a good one. I mean, Atlanta is a classic if you want to watch some good reads, some debauchery, and just some overall clownery. Like, you put that on when you want to see some clownery, some drama.
I pulled on the reunion where Phaedra was like, you don't know if he was an axe murderer, but what you will know is that he needed for a medium-sized pizza. I'm butchering
he ejaculated in a cup.
So you could have a kid. Now check that. I will add to the list Salt Lake, because I was recently watching the Sprinter Van episode where the ladies are like, after Jen is arrested in Salt Lake.
Yes. There's so many good Sprinter Van scenes.
Oh, I should have been very specific. Yeah, the Salt Lake Sprinter Van, specifically after Jen, they came to the beauty lab parking lot looking for Jen.
Beauty lab and laser.
Yes. And the ladies were dissecting it, and like Whitney was like, she knew, she was like, ooh, they must have a this, that, like, let me break down what an MLM is. Yeah,
she knew all the tea.
She really
The best part was Jen Shaw being on the phone and her just trying to save face. She's been like, Coach is in the, you need something?
And I remember Lisa being like, I don't think Coach is in the hospital. If my husband were in the hospital, I would be like losing it right now. She said something to that effect.
Yeah.
They were on to her. Yes. Okay, so which housewife, any franchise, would you survive a girls' trip with? You can name as many, 3 up to 5.
Survive a girls' trip with.
Lightning round. Boom.
Oh my God. Okay, we were just talking about Salt Lake City. I would have a good time with Heather Gay, I think.
Really?
I think Heather and I would have a good time.
I will be honest.
Strictly girls' trip. Girls' trip.
Yeah.
I think we'd have a good time.
I will say, in earlier seasons, like, it sounds like her and Jen Shaw, like, when Jen had that money to, like, before we knew what she was up to, I feel like they would go out, because I feel like Heather wrote about in her book how, like, Jen, like, going out with Jen, she, like, had some first experiences,
okay, she was tricked on a little bit. Heather, happy Pride to Heather Gay.
Yeah, she was new to being a bad Mormon, we'll say.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, girl.
Okay, which housewife would you absolutely get you arrested?
Would get me arrested?
Yes.
I think
Kenya would get me arrested.
Ooh, I think Teresa Giudice, honestly.
Oh.
Miss Giudice. We would be rumping. We would go back and forth.
Okay, let me just say
I would have had to whack her a little bit.
Teresa is the kind of bitch that I would get along with. Like, it would be a respect thing, because it's like, bitch, I don't want to fight with you. You don't want to fight with me. And also, like, you're the kind of bitch I get along with. Hey, bitch.
Y'all have a little stalemate. Y'all have a diva off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diva
Except
stalemate.
I know how to pronounce words. You know.
I feel like any housewife who likes to provoke, I feel like I would.
I'm from Patterson. Did you forget?
Yeah, I would have to.
She's not even trying. Teresa's just being. She's like, for me, Teresa, as far as reality television, this is not Bravo, but she's like a New York. You cannot produce these women.
Right.
You are just lucky to have a camera around.
Yeah, every now and again you get a gem of a person that's like, you cannot script this.
Nope.
This is how they live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more for you. What are you looking forward to most about Pride Month?
Ooh, I'm looking forward to just having a good time, being gay, being loud and proud about it, going to some events, shaking some arse on the dance floor, getting very sweaty, nasty, dripping, wet, soaking. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yes. I would love to see the parade. I feel like there was a time that I never missed it. So the parade has typically been my favorite part.
Okay. I've only been once, but it was fun.
Yeah. You know, and like, it makes sense if you don't want to be in that big of a crowd. It can be like
the crowd is
stressful to get in and out. But the shaking my ass part and being outside, that's me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get into hot topics. Now that everybody knows your credentials, let's get into the rumors and the nastiness. So, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City potential cast shakeup, according to the rumors and the nastiness. As Meredith Marks herself would say, word on the street is that either Meredith Marks or Whitney Rose could potentially be demoted on Salt Lake. How do we feel about that?
I think both of them should be demoted. Yeah, I think both of them.
For me, Whitney could just bounce.
Yeah, demoted or fired.
Fired.
Would be great.
Fire Wild Rose.
No more
so
Wild
she can go
heal.
So she
can go on her healing journey.
Her
healing journey.
Yeah.
And then Meredith
and she can focus on her businesses that are failing.
And Meredith just refuses to give us anything.
Okay, see, how you gonna disrespect my girl like that? Because let's break it down. Meredith has given us so many iconic moments. The rumors and the nastiness. Her bat mitzvah alone. Okay? I feel
like Mary carried that. Okay? It was Mary being late.
Are you kidding me?
That bat mitzvah that.
She ended up kicking out Angie.
Icing on the cake.
Well, okay, yes, Mary carried
else,
that,
but yeah, it was her event, sure.
I can't believe you're just gonna disrespect Meredith like that.
I love Meredith Marks. I love a pill popping queen.
She has given so many iconic lines.
I love, when people mix their
this
drugs,
woman
their
taking
alcohol.
a bath has become like, you are vile.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Meredith's name. But
I don't know.
Whitney,
I'm gonna need to see some more from her. Can we hear more about the business? What are the kids up to? Where the hell is Seth?
Well, Brooks is on Next Gen.
That's true.
Yeah,
Brooks is doing his own thing.
Okay, so
they don't even live in Utah full time. Like,
you know what? I have heard that.
They rent that home for the show.
But
she
you know what?
She don't even want to be there.
You could, if you take a step back, you could look at the cast of Beverly Hills. None of them live in Beverly Hills except Lisa Rinna, and she's not even on the cast.
Yeah.
So maybe like one of the newer housewives lives in Beverly Hills, but
yeah, at least they live in the state. Meredith don't even live in the state.
Damn.
So.
All right, Your Honor. I need more time with my client to gather some
recess. Let's take a recess.
Okay, Larsa Pippen. Another rumor from the streets is Larsa Pippen is reportedly dating LiAngelo Ball. Are we surprised?
I have no idea who LiAngelo Ball is.
Oh my gosh.
He plays ball, I'm guessing.
Well, so his pappy was a basketball player.
Okay.
Probably played with
Scottie Pippen.
Oh, thank you.
Pippen and them.
Two of our brains together, we can get these sports references. He likely played with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, and now his sons play, and I believe
that's the family of
ball
players.
And I believe he's the baby daddy of Miss Nikki Baby from Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, child!
You didn't watch Love and Hip Hop?
We're going into an area. It's getting a little urban in here now. Getting a little urban.
Baby, before I watched Real Housewives, I watched Love and Hip Hop. Okay, well.
Okay, let me see, baby. And
let me see if I can catch you up real quick. Basically, LiAngelo Ball is a fuckboy, half Larsa Pippen's age. Is this shocking to you to see Larsa Pippen?
It seems like she likes the young men.
Yeah, and they seem to like her. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, Larsa said, I'm robbing the cradle, and I'm coming out here.
This is giving cute summer fling,
Right, just broke up with my man, and
if you like it, I love it.
Else. Yeah.
And I've heard people say, when black people say that, they in fact don't love it. But the thing is, when I say it, I mean it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
really
if you like it,
good
for you.
Right, good for you.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Ooh, okay.
That for you.
So, Rue La La got a nose job, and I think money well spent. What do you think, Krystal?
I need to see another angle.
Oh.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
She posted a video.
To my Persian baddies, my Middle Eastern baddies, to my baddies of the Levant region, I'm sorry, I like the big nose. I like your big ass honking nose.
I mean, I love my Jackson 5 nostrils.
Love a big old nose. So when I see a nose job where it's a little too pinched for me, I'm just like, oh, okay, fine. You do what you want. That's your self-esteem.
You know what? I feel that way about, like, most nose jobs. Like, I'm like, Cardi B, your nose is perfectly fine, you know?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of a rhinoplasty, I will say.
Her nose job. But I feel more possessive of, like, Black women. But yeah, I feel like we're desensitized to, like, certain groups getting nose jobs that, like, it's a joke in Legally Blonde, and though... Sorry, I'm speaking too fast. It's even like it was a joke in the Legally Blonde musical. Like, everybody, why would you want to move there? Everybody has different noses. And I feel like Rula...
I don't know. You think this is her divorce nose?
No, I think she's riding with Brian till the wheels fall off. But I feel like even though she is like... from a marginalized group, she's a woman of color. She subscribes to those European ideals of beauty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but fine. The nose looks fine. I think it,
I think she looks great.
I think it worked. Your old nose worked with your cheekbones. Yeah. Because you have a lot of real estate in the cheekbones, and I think it balanced you out. And now you're looking a little imbalanced.
Well, she looks less unique, you know?
Right. Which, hey, I guess, I don't know, maybe being in... Rhode Island, you feel the need to look like every other Becky and Lauren on the block. But okay.
Like, even Bella Hadid who's stunning, a top model, has come out and said, like, I regret getting my nose job. I feel like I took... Right. It's not an exact quote, but just something of the effect that, like, she feels like she took away part of, like, what made her unique and connected her to her roots.
Exactly.
Not an exact quote. Okay, but moving right along, Drew Sidora's love interest, Black, has reportedly been hit with lawsuits involving fraud allegations, breach of contract claims, and unpaid loans. Gossip is reporting that multiple women claim that he used their loans to fund a luxury lifestyle.
Of course he did.
Sounds very scamlanta.
Yes, where all my scamming ass niggas at? Okay, shout out to Carisha, shout out to Young Miami. Yes, he's a scammer.
Yeah. Why does trouble always seem to find Drew?
Well, I don't know.
Is she attracted to the chaos?
Probably. My poor girl, Drew. You need to get away from these Atlanta men. You need to go find you somebody else in a different part of the country.
Yep. There's the boss of
because Black is not it, even though they're purporting to be friends on the show and whatnot.
Right, which I think that's because she's in the middle of a divorce.
Sure, yeah, she doesn't want to be seen linked to another man. And I don't blame her. Don't link yourself to no man right now.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of Drew, earlier today, shout out to the Bravo Docket. They are a podcast led by two attorneys who break down the Bravo cases, and they were discussing Drew and Ralph's divorce. Definitely go listen to the episode, but I have bullet points, and Krystal, interrupt me whenever.
Okay.
Feel free to jump in, ask questions, and I'll try to answer as much as I can, but it is so complex. I would go listen to the attorneys, but here are the bullet points. At one point, Drew, which we know that Lisa Hochstein of Real Housewives of Miami recently got charges for doing this, but basically he was tracking her like on her phone, her everything, and it was legal because everything was in his name.
Wait, so what does that mean? Why would it be legal if what's in his name?
The phone, car, like Lisa Hochstein basically hacked into her ex-husband's phone and was like, and that is illegal. It was an invasion of privacy.
Right, okay, but since the phone was in his name, it's technically his property.
Exactly,
so
exactly.
Tracking his own property.
Yeah, so at one point, they said that Drew basically makes less than half of what he makes, Yet, she still had to be on the hook for 50% of the house, even if she was ordered to leave.
What does he do?
You know what? I feel like it's something.
Does he sell his meat? Is he a prostitute? I'm not even being funny.
The thing is, they talked about it on the podcast about that question coming up, like, oh, what does Ralph do? And I feel like it's something in finances. Like, he does very well for himself, but I forget the specifics. But at one point, Ralph was reprimanded for illegally recording court proceedings. He accessed her phone again, getting a hold of text messages between her and her attorney. So apparently, after the first incident, she did not get her own phone plan. It's like, Drew, come on, girl.
All right, girl.
So Ralph seems to come out on top because of all the missed days of school for the kids. It seems like that. Yeah, for just in layman terms, for me, what I took away from a lot of what they were saying is he's able to be awarded like custody and making certain decisions for the kids because when they have been in her care, they've missed a crazy amount of school or they were late, which if you're super late, that counts as a day missed at a certain point. So for some reason, Drew was unable to present evidence in response to one of Ralph's motions. And Drew submitted a motion for reconsideration, which was denied. And now, so this came out earlier today, and as I know from personal experience, as soon as I drop an episode, there's an update. And so it has been recently reported in brighter news that Drew scored a last-minute victory in her divorce battle after a judge has ruled that she can remain in the marital home. Because it was recently said that she needed to vacate. Yeah. So finally a win for Drew, because Ralph, I curse the day you were born. Worst house husband in history of all housewives.
Ralph, I would beat your ass right now.
Across all franchises.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would whoop you from here to there if I could.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll join. Okay, let's talk about the Atlanta reunion seating chart.
Okay, first chair is Kelly and Portia.
I was shocked to see Kelly as first chair. Not so surprised to see Portia. It just makes sense. She's kind of like, I feel like the vet, the queen bee of this cast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That wasn't surprising.
Yeah.
Kelly?
Yeah.
I guess we saw more of her than
There must be more
anyone.
In the second half. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, thus far, like she's had some events. She's been in some small group scenes. She's been in all the big group scenes. So
respectfully, I would have had Shamea as first chair because even though it hasn't been a main focus of this season, Portia being first chair, Shamea seems like the other half of that equation.
Right.
And Shamea, I feel like, has been more active than Kelly this season. Kelly, like, we weren't able to talk about last week's episode, but I felt like when she had the wine glass in Portia's face, like it was Portia and K. Michelle having that volley back and forth, and I felt like Kelly was like, and I've got something to say too, it was so lame.
Yeah.
So weak.
Yeah, I would definitely have sat Shamea first because it seems like, it's the Team Shamea, Team Portia.
Yeah.
Even if their beef isn't the center of this season.
Yeah. Okay, who do you think has the most to answer for based on the seating chart? I'm thinking Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly for sure.
Do you still think Pinky's gonna be invited back?
Oh, that's hard to say. I think Pinky is, I don't know. I don't hate her on the show, but I don't love her on the show.
I'm indifferent. I feel like I said the same thing last week. I'm like, yeah.
I could see her back, but if she wasn't invited back, I could understand that as well.
Exactly. I have to say I am surprised to see Angela essentially last chair. Because I know Cynthia is on the end, but she's a friend of, so they normally bring them in earlier. But Pinky is essentially last chair, not shocking. But Angela, she's been in the game You know, like, the most iconic scene, that showdown between her and Pinky. And then also she, this most recent episode had a back and forth with Shamea. So I'm like, what the hell is Angela doing at the end?
I'm surprised. I would probably have switched Angela and Drew or made a shocking decision and put Phaedra last.
Yeah. I
think that was the best they could give Phaedra. They were like, okay, this is the best we can do for you.
Yeah. I would have done Andy, Portia, Angela, then Drew, then Phaedra, then Cynthia on the left side.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, speaking of Atlanta, let's get down to Georgia, where the peaches are ripe and the drama is somehow always under budget and over-delivering. Yeah. So Drew's team deserves a spinoff. I love that scene. Am I wrong for saying the scene with Drew and her team was genuinely entertaining?
I think so too. And maybe if they did have a spinoff, they would be able to get paid. You know?
Oh.
I don't know, Drew. We gotta clear that up because the people are saying you don't be handing out the checks. The Zells don't be going through.
Well, that's nothing new. Yes, that is what the streets have been saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sitting there thinking Bravo has greenlit everybody under the sun. Why not Drew? This feels like this could be Drew's version of Vanderpump Rules. There's drama, there's mess, there's dysfunction. Honestly, I'd watch.
There you go. Yeah, let's try it.
Would you watch a Drew-centered spinoff?
I would watch it. I would watch it.
Oh.
I think Drew is
Bravo,
entertaining
are you listening?
enough. I think Drew is entertaining enough to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Shamea versus Angela. What did you think?
Oh, I just don't even know what the problem is. It's like really hard for me to grasp. What is the problem?
Between Shamea and Angela? It seems like it stems from Shamea blaming Angela partially or to some extent for the dissolution of her and Portia's friendship.
Right. But that to me is just like wild.
I agree. Like, you're an adult.
That holds
no
merit.
If I had a 20-plus year friendship that's on the rocks, I would not blame.
Right.
If any outside person could break something down like that, you were never really.
How could a new bitch you've only known for less than, 2 years? Less than 2 years come in and somehow break up your friendship? Like, come on now. Okay, so during the Shamea and Angela showdown, I tee-heed when Shamea said in her talking head that Angela is like the girl at school with the little ponytail fanned out. Like, that was just why did she have to get so specific like that? Like, Shamea's hilarious. She just cracked me up. I feel like we all know somebody like that. You might be entitled to compensation. Like I feel like I had a similar experience with a girl like that. And just basically what Shamea is describing, like, I'm going to school happy and, like, what you mad about, you know? And I'm just like, where is that girl today? What is she like as an adult? I know her hair is did, but is she a CEO? Is she in prison running a PTA? We need answers. Hopefully doing something where there are some checks and balances on the power.
Yes. So at the end of the day, I feel like Angela won that showdown.
For sure.
But this is the Shamea I want to see.
You want to see Shamesi?
I really enjoyed that tete-a-tete and that back and forth volley. Keep up the good work, ladies.
Okay.
So I wanted
to get messy, huh?
I wanted to reenact my favorite part. You ready?
Yes.
I'm self-made. I never laid on my back to get on my feet, baby. That's what you do.
That's why your husband leaves in the morning and never comes back.
Shamea, move on from calling Angela Sasquatch. Not only is it grossly untrue, it's so elementary. And my question is, why? Why does Alicia saying she's homeless trigger such a strong reaction? At this point, I'm like, is there something you want to share, Liz?
Right.
Anything you want to open up about? like, is Liz reacting to Alicia, or is there something in her own life? And why continue escalating the conversation?
Right. Yeah. It was very weird. Like, why continue escalating it? And I think that Liz definitely has a problem. It's sort of being the quote unquote bad guy. It's like, listen, we are all human. We're all going to do things that hurt people. Like, we're not going to evade that, you know? And sometimes you just have to be humble enough to be like, damn, I fucking hurt my friend.
Totally.
And that wasn't my intention, but my intention, the impact superseded my intention.
And you saying that just gave me a thought, and I don't want to forget it. Oh my God, did I forget it?
Oh, damn!
Well, anyway, one of the other things that Liz said was she was trying to protect Alicia's family. You know, she didn't want what she was saying on camera to hurt her family. And I'm just like, but does that justify hurting Alicia?
Right. And also, where do you think Alicia would have gotten that information from? If not from her family.
Yes.
Like, why would she be repeating something that she didn't make that up out of thin air? That's the story of her family.
And she had redemption later when her mom and her family, when she said it at the table, and they were like, yes, you are. They confirmed on camera.
Right.
Which I love that family scene.
Yeah, I love more aunties. Let's get more aunties on the show. Okay, if you want to be on a Real Housewives franchise and you have a gaggle of aunties, to the front. Okay?
Wait, I just had a random thought, like a Jersey Shore type show, but it's Alicia's aunts.
Oh my God, I would watch that.
They're drinking their wine. Yes. They're selling them Mama Pizza, the Pizza Mama.
Yeah, the Pizza Mama. As a person with a gaggle of aunties, okay, with 5 aunties, 1 uncle, 7 kids total, my mom included, yeah, give me a show. I want a show of the aunties.
So the thing that I was forgetting before, that I was like, I don't want to forget, you were talking about, like, Liz, we all make mistakes. And I feel like earlier in the season when she had her back and forth with Kelsey, when she calmed down, she eventually was like, I shouldn't have acted like that. She, like, I forget what she said about herself, but she was like, I overreacted, like, I regretted it. You know, and I feel like she tried to poke fun at herself. But in a way that was still calling herself out. So I do think with time, Liz will look back and be like, I don't like my behavior. If her previous behavior with the Kelsey showdown is proof of how she's gonna proceed, I would expect that, like, probably watching this back, I want to root and give her the benefit of the doubt that she's probably gonna be like, oh fuck, you know.
That's kind of you. I don't feel that. So I love that for you. If you like it, I love it. Yeah, because I don't know.
And she does, in fact, not love it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. She's firing off at Joellen. It just seems like she's mad at everybody else.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, so we're still going to get to that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, let's talk about Jared and Ashley. Okay. I don't know the Bachelor lore, but it is my understanding that Ashley wanted Jared from the jump, and Jared ran away from her and tried to be with anybody else under the sun. And once nobody was picking him for the dodgeball game, he was like, all right, fine, Ashley. Yeah, here, damn, you know? And they're married, 2 kids later. Ashley is the breadwinner. She's killing it on social media. Now she has this platform. I forget what commercial I was watching that she was in. And
like
she
a
was
Swiffer
eating.
commercial.
Yeah, I was like, she's eating. Like,
she's getting those Bravo commercial deals.
And Ashley said on this episode that they're barely breaking even. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, why is Jared hanging on to this when it's not serving his family? Like, you have 2 kids to feed.
Because he don't care about his family.
And you're inadvertently putting the pressure all on your wife. And when she comes in and tries to, like, make suggestions, and you know what? A coffee shop that converts into a wine shop sounds nice to me.
Very popular.
Liz's coffee shop, is it called Liz's, where we've gone to for
Liz's bookstore?
Thank you, Liz's bookstore. It's a Black-owned bookstore in Brooklyn. Shout out. And they also have, like, pastries and coffee, and at a certain point they start serving alcohol. Yeah. And I'm the perfect demographic for that.
Right.
I'm like, I feel like I found my
from
people.
Day to evening, it's very easy to transition.
Yeah, like and make your espresso martini your signature drink, and you can charge like Ashley said, you can charge more for that. So I feel like she's trying to support his dreams, and
Also, like, looking around, I'm like, this is a huge-ass space.
Yeah.
Like, y'all have a lot of space. Y'all couldn't have started with a smaller footprint.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's eating you up is your overhead. Like, heating, cooling, lighting,
talk that talk, because in New York, we love a pop-up shop or a hole in the wall or a truck,
Yeah, like, start small, build your audience, and then grow from there. But, hey, what do I know? Jared, I think this is Jared's way of getting away from his family.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, the restaurant industry, the service industry is very demanding.
Yeah.
And so you can get away with working lots of hours if you want to. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But he clearly wants to.
And because clearly he could hire staff, to your point. And also I feel like Ashley is trying to say, look, babe, let's tap into, like, the money to be made on social media.
Absolutely.
And I understand not leaping at doing that. Ooh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Ooh. I understand.
Snoozle. Well, here's what I want to say to you, Jared. Get on your damn Instagram, take your shirt off, and sell that whatever you need to sell. That's all I'm
understand not leaping to be on social media, but considering the Bachelor platform that he's coming to.
Why go on a reality show?
Tap in a little bit.
Yeah, if you don't like social media, but you went on a reality show, like, come on now.
Yeah.
Get online and sell those fucking
at least to promote your goddamn coffee shop.
At least, right. Come on now.
Yeah.
And don't be dense. Don't be dense.
And stop stressing Ashley out.
Right. You know what you need to do.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Kelsey's man, Bill, because I think there's more than one Bill.
Bill.
Seeing Bill working out, I see the appeal, respectfully. I was like, oh.
He's one of those red-blooded, blonde-haired,
I was like, I see what she's saying.
Northeastern guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Very man.
Do you see what I see?
He's all right looking. He's not bad.
Yeah, no.
He's not bad.
No, because he was not giving me anything, but then so I'm at the gym, and hey, I'm like, eye candy. I see it. Yeah. So do you think Bill really waited for Kelsey? Kelsey is claiming that he was celibate for a year while she was still in a relationship with her ex. Like, because low key, I don't. I'm cynical.
He might have been celibate to her understanding and knowledge, but not in the same way that Kelsey, you didn't know your man had several other women in Miami. You thought it was only one.
Ooh.
It could have been like that.
Exactly.
Kelsey, you're not the best at discerning what's going on with your man.
Discernment, baby.
So
it's a lesson.
You're not the best at investigating what's going on and getting the true answers. So I don't believe you have the full story.
Do you think Bill is more invested in Kelsey than she is in him?
Oh, absolutely. Kelsey needs to feel wanted. She needs somebody all up under her, somebody all in her Kool-Aid. That's what she needs and wants and likes. And she wasn't getting that attention from her other. Yeah. So now she's like, I'm getting all this attention. Why not? Why leave? Until she gets bored. But
I don't think Kelsey and Bill are endgame.
No, I don't think so either. But she might have a kid with him. I could see her having a kid with him.
If Kelsey truly wanted Bill, she wouldn't have been with her ex that whole time. I feel like Bill is a consolation prize.
Bill is a rebound. Bill is that guy, you know what I'm saying, who claims he was waiting around for you, and you're like, oh my God, that's so romantic. You waited for me. Oh, let's now try and be together.
I feel like, yes, he is a rebound, a transition guy until she finds somebody richer. And he's just a backup plan until she finds somebody.
Absolutely. Kelsey has lived a charmed life, okay? She does not want to downsize her life. Okay, she says she is on the best insurance plan. Okay,
Ooh,
her ex made sure of that, and she's not trying to get off.
I feel like Bill has been a cuckold also, because how can you expect, like, you have been waiting in the sidelines, and how can you expect her to keep doing this? Bring back the street interviews. Bring them back, baby, like Chili's baby back ribs. Oh, my baby back. let's talk about the mid-season trailer. So, I thought it looked really good. I feel like Phaedra's wig was wigging. We got Attorney Parks back in the office.
Yeah, Attorney Parks, I want to know, are you paying annually on that lease or are you renting per episode?
Why do you think she's not...
I think they should be renting per episode.
Why do we...
Girl, when are you ever in that office?
Why do we think she is not still operating as Attorney Parks?
I want to see some cases that she's won. Win a case. Come on, that was one of Cynthia's best moments.
Yes, absolutely. Cheekbones. Now, what else is going on?
But I love it when she is in Attorney Parks mode. I will
absolutely.
Say. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer.
I feel like Atlanta is back, baby. They're in a renaissance. Like the last
couple
was
so?
I'm not comparing to Golden Era Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I'm just specifically comparing to their last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
That have been...
They have been dry.
Yeah. This is... They're on their way.
I think they're on their way.
This is what we've been waiting for.
I think they're on a good path. I don't think they're there yet, but they're on a good path.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did I miss anything? Any other?
I don't think so. This episode for me, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay for me.
I agree. I honestly I had less notes, but I still think this season overall is very solid, and I'm very happy with what I see for the mid-season trailer.
I loved Portia calling. Oh my God! What did she say? Now I'm blanking. It'll come back to me.
Wait, while you think on it, I remembered something else from the mid-season trailer. The hot dog king looking like a cult leader.
Yes. First of all, take that turban off. He's looking like a Philly Muslim. Okay.
With a wannabe handlebar mustache, which I do like those mustaches, but it just seemed a little like a caricature on Dennis, the Menace.
Yes. Oh, no, here's what I remember. Oh, so Portia calling Miss Chicken and Waffles a big titty fly. I said, wow, that's funny.
Yeah, Portia's pretty good with her reads.
Yes.
Okay, so from Atlanta's peaches to Rhode Island's pasta and passive aggression, let's talk Rhode Island. So the Alicia and Liz conflict... We're picking up right where we left off from the last episode. Alicia is visibly emotional. She's trying not to cry. Liz is still just go cold turkey when you've been allowing. This is what you've been allowing to happen in your relationship. I'm not judging it. But you've shown her what you're comfortable with. So obviously she's going to ride this out. Yeah. And I'm not mad at it.
Shit. Get what you need to get, Kelsey, okay?
She said, I'm leaving here with something. Okay, so now let's leave the Housewives universe and head to a villa where everybody is gorgeous, everybody moves fast, and somehow feelings develop in under 72 hours. Love Island.
Love Island is back, baby. We are so back. Welcome back to the Love Island universe. Oh my God. Can you believe it? We survived an entire winter and spring, and now we are back in summer in the villa in Fiji.
Yes.
And we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so Krystal, I'm going to pass it off to you because I have notes. So let me know when you're ready for me. But
jump in at any moment.
As the seasoned vet on Love Island Discourse, I want to follow your lead.
Yes. So first I do want to say it is Pride Month, and we are organizing around the Straits on Love Island. But I do want to say and shout out a queer lesbian dating show that is on YouTube right now called Layla Les, Lelales, on the Out Network. Now, caveat, it is a Chinese lesbian dating show. However, there are phenomenal subtitles. My wife and I just watched the first episode last night. It's so endearing and beautiful.
Period.
And it is not like your typical dating show. So definitely check it out. That's one for the queers and the lesbians. Okay, now let's get into the heterosexual mess. Okay, because the heterosexuals are a mess. Okay, so first of all, Can I just say, I love the humiliation ritual of making them sing and dance in the beginning, okay? I love it.
Okay.
I love watching it.
So this is my first time watching Love Island, and I do want to say I have officially been converted.
There you go.
I couldn't get into Love Island before because it felt overly produced, overly fake, and frankly, I thought everybody had to be a size 0 to enter the villa. And quite frankly, I wasn't wrong, but after this premiere, I am in. But I also thought the opening musical number, why?
I love it. Listen, the arts are being defunded in schools. The government's trying to defund the arts. So I am all for forced art making.
Oh my God.
I am down for forced performing. Yes, make these people sing and dance.
Like, I love musicals, but it felt like, you know how when the most recent reboot of Mean Girls came out and it was like an undercover musical and people were like, why did they hide that from us? You know, and like, I feel like I was just like, I was assaulted by a random musical moment. I was like, what the hell?
It was very random, and I love it.
Okay.
I also want to say this show was made popular by Black women, point blank, period. Okay.
Ooh.
Shout out, to Serena. Shout out to Janae. Shout out to Olandria.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Barbie.
The reason why this show, Love Island, has soared is because of Black women, dark-skinned Black women. Let's say that.
Finally.
Okay.
Finally.
Yes. After many terrible seasons. If you watch those early seasons of Love Island, you are entitled to compensation.
But, so I don't want to go on a tangent, but I do feel like dark-skinned Black women, it's been long overdue for them to get their due.
Absolutely.
And I distinctly remember freshman year of high school overhearing some of my classmates who were dark-skinned little girls, 14-year-olds, talk about just the pain of that journey, you know, and I feel like we've come a long way from giving them the love that they deserve.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. I agree. Let's get into the girls in the villa. Let's get into the girls in the villa. First, we met Anaya, who I think is so cute.
Yes.
And I'm obviously rooting for her. What do you think?
I want to hang out with Anaya. I want to go to brunch with her and swap gossip.
Yes, she is that type of friend. And also, shout out to all the agents, managers, producers who are watching this show like a hawk, okay? They are looking for the personalities, okay? They are looking for who they're trying to give a brand deal to.
Yeah.
Okay, and these girls are working, okay? They said, you know what, I'm going to get off this show and I'm going to become an international superstar, okay? So shout out to everyone who's watching that show, who's working, who's taking notes, who's about to make some calls.
Shout out to the producers.
Yes.
They're in the field doing the work.
Yes. And I also want to say one of the things I do love about Love Island, and I think why the show worked, is because everyone is coming on here being their authentic, like big, goofy, quirky selves. And the audience just falls in love with that kind of like character so quickly. So I love that about Love Island. I
didn't realize that. As someone on the outside looking in, I was just like, but after watching this episode and learning everyone's stories and backgrounds, I'm like, oh, like Sincere, for example. My first impression of Sincere, if I had saw him on the streets, would have been like, fuckboy. But on this platform, you get to peel away that onion, and I actually am like, wait, you're low-key one of my favorites.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's showing a different side of people, and it's fun. It makes the dating show fun. They get to kind of be a little quirky and let their hair down and be a little weird. So
totally.
I love
and he's got hair to
he got
take down,
bundles,
okay?
Bundles.
Yeah.
All right, and then we met Kenzie.
Yeah.
Our only blonde.
Yes.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Congratulations on graduating.
Congrats, Kenzie. I love that she's a dancer.
Yes.
And you know what, Kenzie? What you said is so true, and other dancers tap in because you know what she said, and you know what I'm talking about, and it's so true. Dropping into a splits. Okay, if you're feeling some energy, if you're feeling just like you've had a rough day, go and sit in that split. I'm telling you, that pelvic opener, there's nothing like the pelvic opener of a split.
Sadly, I can't relate. So.
Listen, if you got to do a baby split, do what you got to do, okay? But you want to open up that pelvis, baby. Yeah.
What I will say
it's also a great bedroom trick.
If I, you better let the people know.
Yeah, work on them splits.
I will say, if I have to go to the hospital, I would love to have Kenzie as a nurse. She seems cool.
Yeah, she does.
Shout out to nurses.
Okay.
Pay them more.
Kenzie did say something, which was that she feels like she's re-virginized after a year and a half of being celibate and not dating. So I want to know, does your body count go back to 0 after a year and a half? Are you re-virginized?
I feel like nuns after 2 years, like you don't have to be a virgin to be a nun. Like you just have to have been celibate for 2 years. So, hey, if it's good enough for the Catholic Church, it should be good enough for any of you guys.
There you go. There you go. All right, and then we meet Melanie. What do you think about Melanie?
I like Melanie. You know, out of all the girls, I feel like Trinity and Anaya are my favorite, but I feel like Melanie and Sincere, I know I'm jumping ahead, but I feel like they're my favorite couple so far.
Okay, I think Melanie gave me some low-key energy. I think she's gorgeous. Her dress was beautiful. That
Absolutely.
color, that color on her was stunning. You chose a great color.
I mean, speaking of colors, Anaya in that orange.
Yeah, everyone was dressed real nicely. I know that's a big thing, you know, the villa fashion.
Yeah.
So everyone was dressed
I'm sure
really
there's
nicely.
producers that dress them. There's no way they...
Hopefully.
There's absolutely... They were
You don't think so?
The fact that nobody wore the same color, like in the British royal family, like you cannot wear the same. Like at royal events, you can't wear the same color. Like everybody has their own designated color. Okay. No way that like.
Well, I know they do. The producers do give input on their outfits because I have heard past contestants be like, "Oh, the producer told me I had to change or I had to put this on." So I know they do give input. But yeah, Melanie's great. And what about Beatriz?
Okay, Beatriz is fire. Stunning, inspiring.
Our first openly disabled contestant.
I want to be as cool as Beatriz when I grow up. I feel like she is unapologetically herself.
Yeah, she was great to see. Her energy, she's fun. I'm excited to see what will happen in the villa for her. Okay, she said she likes a mouth mullet. And I was like, girl, what the hell is a mouth mullet on her men? She likes a mouth mullet. I'm guessing maybe that's a mustache and then like a beard situation.
I mean,
How do you
like
feel about a beard and a mustache combo.
The thing is, aesthetically, I like, it draws me in. But then when you have to make out with that person, it does, I'm like,
And then what happens when y'all are eating corn on the cob at the barbecue?
No judgment, because I'm about to have some corn.
Nobody wants to see that. I'd be like, I have the ick so fast.
You know what, babe? I will help clean the corn out of your beard, okay?
No, I get the ick so fast.
I might need a little help still.
Absolutely not. You're going to have to turn around and fix yourself. And get yourself together. Go in the bathroom and wash up. Okay, before you come back.
Okay, I will help.
I don't. I don't got you. Okay, Bia also said something. She said that bad sex is worse than no sex.
Bitch, I agreed 100 motherfucking%. I would rather not have sex than mediocre sex.
Ooh, controversy. Yeah, there's something about mediocre sex that is just such a letdown.
I would rather not. I'm like,
so
why?
Disappointing.
Oh,
it's
God.
so disappointing.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I was feeling it and now I'm not. I was wet, now I'm dry. And it's just like, oh my God.
I mean, because I can make myself happy. If we're gonna bring in somebody else, it better be worth it.
Right. Yeah. What's a bad sex story?
What is a bad sex story? My God, where do I even begin? I'm like, college. I
have a bad college sex story. It was 40 days and 40 nights of just giving me head down there just playing around. Oh. I swear to God, this lasted at least 30 minutes of just like, blah, 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 blah. I mean, nothing was happening. I dozed off at one point, woke back up, and he was still going. I said, oh my God. We have to end this right now.
Okay, I'm sure I have worse, but the first thing that came to mind was this first generation Nigerian man, gorgeous, tall, but and he was packing, but
he's hung,
but no foreplay.
Oh,
absolutely no foreplay.
Can't do that.
Yeah, and And it's like, you gotta warm me up. You can't just.
Right.
And so I'm just like,
come on now, get the oven.
I'm not a teacher. You need to grow. We're adults here. I'm just saying, like, the fact, like, I was just like, I understand.
No, for real.
I don't know. I don't want
to on YouTube at this point. We are the information generation.
Educate yourself.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, but I just feel like perhaps he's cut from the. Okay. You know how DJ Khaled said that he would never like eat.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's cut from that, like, male-centric, old
patriarchal
thing. Because even on The Sopranos, that show, there was a whole episode because Uncle Junior liked to pleasure his woman. Which I'm like, shout out, Uncle Junior! But they were shitting on him.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, you like to eat fish?
Oh,
and you don't?
Lord.
Like, you know, come out the closet.
Now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, so we're having no sex other than bad sex.
If you're not going down, go sit in a corner since you want to be childish.
Exactly. There you go.
Because I'm amazing, so I'm gonna need you to reciprocate.
Exactly. You gonna have to come with something, okay? If I'm giving A+ performance and you're giving C, you know what I'm saying? It's not matching.
Yeah.
Right. You need to get in office hours. You need to get a tutor. Something.
Yeah.
Okay. So by this point in the show, only the girls are in the villa, and the lesbian in me just wants them to kiss.
You missed Trinity.
Oh, yeah. By this time, Trinity hasn't shown up. Yeah. Oh, don't you worry. We're getting to Miss Trend, okay? We're getting to Miss Trend. But by this time, we have 4 of our 5 girls in the villa.
Okay.
And I just want them to kiss. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
It's Pride Month.
Everybody kisses everybody. They're practically swapping spit already. Might as well.
Exactly. I want to see the girls kiss. Yeah. But okay, now we meet Trinity. Stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, fabulous.
It's actually, considering it's Pride Month, it's homophobic that they don't have the girls kiss.
Exactly. Come on, producers. Let's go. Okay, so Trinity comes in. What do we think of Trinity? I think she's gorgeous. She's beautiful, stunning.
Stunning! I think she might be my favorite. Like, I love
a Southern girl.
And I feel like I would go out with her.
Yeah.
I would go out with Trinity and have a fucking ball. She's my favorite.
I love when she said, I don't know about no avocado toast. Y'all got some grits in here? She said, I don't be eating all that shit. Where y'all got a hot meal for me?
Or like with the hair dryer, she was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I love me a Southern girl.
Yeah.
So they get into I can't remember if this is their little game or not, but a question that came up is, are you a roster girly? Do you have a roster, or are you only a one at a time?
Because I remember Kinsey said
person?
She's not.
Yes, this is when they were chitty-chatting. So, are you a roster girly, or you like to go one at a time?
The thing is, I don't have the capacity to be a roster girl, but I root for, like, my bestie in college. I would watch her, and I'm like, as you fucking should.
Yes, rotate them.
Fucking should. So, and yeah, I would love hearing about her beaux. I'd be like, tell me about the Russian. Tell me, they had nicknames. So, like, living for the girls.
Yeah, I too in college, my roster was me.
But yeah, I'm one.
It was nasty.
One of one. Oh yeah,
it was nasty. Okay, I had me a nasty roster. Cause the trick is you just gotta reach out to them when you want something for a specific. They all have to have a specific reason.
Yeah.
Like I had one that I would only call up. His name was Booty Call Jeff. So Booty Call Jeff was obviously, we know why Booty Call Jeff got the call.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, he was hung.
We had fun.
Okay. Oh. But you know what? You don't have to be hung.
He used what he had.
You know what? That's more important.
And you know what? He was great at the foreplay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So he did. Yeah. He did what he needed to do. There was one who would take me on dates. There was one who who was an athlete. So, you had to keep a couple. You had to keep, and they had to be all in different pockets of the school. You know what I'm saying? Don't be homie hopping. That's not going to work if you have a roster.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we get to the first 2 boys in the villa, Bryce and Sincere. For me, I will say, off rip, they were both a chop for me. I said, send them home. But after a while, I said, Sincere can stay. How do you feel about Bryce and Sincere?
Okay, is Bryce the model?
Bryce is the model.
Okay, cool. I like both of them. I will say, what's at first impression with Bryce, I was like, not to judge a book by its cover, but I was just like, oh, he's just a model. But I will say I perked up when he was like, oh, I'm a handyman. I fix
you
garbage.
Can't just be a model in this economy.
But I like a handy guy, and I feel like Trinity said the exact same thing. I felt like we were on the same wavelength. And so he was kind of embarrassed to admit that, like, he fixes garbage trucks, but she was like, no, I'm into it.
Yeah.
She was like, women like that.
Dirty.
Yeah, and I'm on the other side of the screen like, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Go fix something.
Yeah, so that, I was like, okay, there's more to you. And also, you're not too good for any job. You know, like, if, you know, obviously we'd love to all model if we could, but the fact that when it's time, when the bills are due, you're willing to go out and do what it takes to get it done.
LA hustle. Yeah, you gotta be hustling.
Yeah, my first impression of Bryce was like, but then he started talking, and this describes my first impression of Love Island as a whole. Is I was just like, oh, superficial, which yes it is, but they do pull back those onions, and when you get the real life human stories, I'm like, oh, I'm actually invested.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we meet Zach the Englishman.
And I love Sincere. I think Sincere's my favorite guy. And I thought, first impression, fuck boy. Like, and he might be, but I don't know. But there's also a heart there, too. I don't know.
Yeah. So we meet Zach the Englishman, who loves One Direction and Cats and has phenomenal man titties. What do we think about Zach?
Love the accent. Love that he's into, what did he said he...
One Direction.
Yes, I love his One Direction.
He does give, what's that boy's name in One Direction? Zeus? Zachariah, the Z one. Zayn, yes. Zayn, he does kind of look like Zayn. Zachariah. Whatever that man's name is, Ooh. Yes. Yeah. I like Zach. He's cute. Yeah. I love an accent. You know, I think he'll be fun in the villa. He'll take his shirt off. He'll flex his man titties. Yeah. You know. He'll be some good eye candy for the summer.
I have more thoughts on him, but I want to...
Okay. Yeah. Okay, what do we think about Sean? The police, instant chop on that, but okay. What do you think about Sean?
Okay, so when Sean was kissing the ladies, am I getting too ahead? Is it okay?
No, go ahead. Okay. We can jump around.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, when Sean was kissing the ladies, I found him to be aggressive, and I like aggressive, but he came on a little too strong too quickly.
Yeah.
And like the Brazilian guy that came in the end of the episode was the total opposite. He really took his time, you know? Yeah. And when you're aggressive like that from the jump, there's nowhere to build to.
Right. You got to go slow to go fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was surprised to see... I don't know, like, I feel like the show was building it up that, like, you know, Sean has so much chemistry grabbing the ladies, but to me, it was kind of a turnoff. I'm like, the first kiss, you're putting them up against the wall. Like,
knocking my head against the wall. Yeah, and like somebody said, is that secured down? You know what I'm saying? And we don't know if this is going to fall.
I forget the Brazilian guy who comes in later, but take notes, because...
Yeah, you need to watch him kiss.
He came in and he said, I'm a good kisser. And I was like, oh,
Sean,
you are.
Watch him kiss.
You are. Because a lot of times men say, and then when it comes to doing the walk, it was like, oh, so you was just bumping them gums. But no, he meant that.
Yeah.
I was like...
Yeah.
Take notes.
And let's talk about Sean. So Sean's former, I don't know who this was, Sean's former boss.
Yes, I have this in,
Yeah, came out, the Pennsylvania mayor slams Love Island contestant for resigning to be on the show. And I'm like, that's the best thing he could have done.
Absolutely. So my thing is, instead of like damning him, why the show is filmed for 6 weeks. Why couldn't he have been given the time off for the 6 weeks? And also, couldn't you benefit from some positive press with your police officers?
Probably,
you know?
Yeah.
And then I also saw some discourse about like him facing some criticism for basically, the criticism is basically saying he left his 1-year-old behind.
Ooh, not you leaving the kid and the job.
I mean, but it's all about how you look at it. Like, I'm sure he's not left. He's with his mother. And think about all the opportunities that this platform could provide for him that then he could give to his son. It's 6 weeks.
Right.
I don't know. Is he the first parent on this show?
He is not the first parent on this show.
And do we...
Last year, we got a very infamous parent. What's that girl's name that everyone hated and loved? And she was very polarizing. I can't remember her name.
Well, you go...
That's how we got that meme.
This is my first time watching.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, mommy?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew about that quote. Yeah. Well, as long as everybody's consistent about the hating on the parents being away for 6 weeks. So I was just like, do we treat everyone like this? Okay, turns out you do.
My thing is you have a 1-year-old. That's a little too young for me to have a child and be out here dating. You have a toddler. You and the mom need to be figuring out how you all are co-parenting.
Absolutely. So from that angle, yeah, you should not be like looking for love. But from the business angle, like the Olandria angle, like think about what you can provide for your son by going on this platform.
Yeah, we'll see how far he gets and if he's able to feed his kid.
While we're on this topic, I did see in the comments people basically saying that new fans of Love Island are ruining the show by digging into the cast members' histories now that the show has become mainstream. I feel like it came up under, the deadbeat dad posts for Sean or the Police Academy posts. Like, what are your thoughts? Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I disagree. I think that Love Island production wants this to happen. I think they benefit from it. And I think they benefit from people doing the work for them. Yeah. They don't have to go out and hire other people to do this because people are so damn nosy. They're going to go snoop into other people's lives. There was actually a contestant, one of the girls on the show, who got cut before it aired because they found her old tweets. And there was some N-words.
Exactly, because I want to know
those N-words. Yeah.
I want to know when the cast is an undercover racist or homophobe.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I want to say a prayer for this season. Dear Lord, please do not let me get emotionally attached to another problematic reality TV cast member. We've already survived the Roni trauma. We asked for protection. We asked for proper vetting, and we asked that no secret racist tweets emerge after episode 6. Amen.
Amen, Ashe.
Okay, back to this.
Oh my gosh. To wrap up with Sean, he did say he likes women with curves, which I audibly cackled at because I'm like, do you know where you're at, babes? You're on Love Island, baby.
Yeah.
We're not getting that over here.
Why not?
We're not getting booties. I know. We need some booties on Love Island. But also going back to his kids, so he said he was in a relationship for 10 years, went on a sex rampage, had unprotected sex, and now has a child. That to me is so wild.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised. I feel like that's definitely some people's stories.
Yeah.
And I've also seen it on the reverse where people have kids at a young age and then they're constantly searching for the party that they feel like they've missed.
Yeah. Grass is always greener.
Yeah.
So we meet Casey in the pink, training to be a nurse practitioner, which I thought was very endearing and sexy. What about you?
I liked him. Yeah. I was surprised that nobody was at his door, even over the plant.
I would have been at his door.
Right? Even over the plant thing. Like, I don't think it. Yeah. I feel like.
I don't think it was as
I
weird
love
as
somebody with a green thumb. That's a plus for me. You know how to keep a plant alive?
Right.
That makes one of us.
Okay, so I want to know from who we have in the villa now, the 10 we have in the villa now.
Yeah.
Who are you pulling for a chat, man or woman? And these are, unfortunately, the only 2 genders we have available on the show, Love Island. Let's fix that.
Who am I pulling for a chat?
Mm-hmm.
Anaya.
Okay.
And then Sincere.
Okay, that's who you're pulling for a chat.
Yeah.
I would pull Casey for a chat, and then probably Anaya, and I would say Melanie. Melanie intrigues me. I love someone who's a little mysterious.
Yeah. I really like Melanie and Sincere. I loved when they were talking about the Eagles. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I thought it was really cute the way they were both into football. And I love that moment when he asked what she liked for breakfast.
Yeah.
But then he lost a couple points when he was like, I don't know how to cook an egg. And I know you're a vegan, but I'm like,
I can still cook an egg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew you could.
Yes.
And I think for most people who aren't vegan, eggs are like a basic breakfast thing. Like, why even ask if you can't even scramble an egg, bruh?
Yeah. Yeah, come on now. What is the 1-year-old eating?
Yeah.
You're not eating eggs yet?
What, Sincere?
Yeah.
It was Sean that has the 1-year-old.
Oh, child. Everyone's blurring
Between
together.
The 2 of us, we got this.
We got to. Our last 2 brain cells are working together.
So
everyone.
While we're on the topic of Sincere and Melanie, I really think they're cute. And another cute moment was when she was like, there's no point in wearing lip gloss around you. And he was like, no, you can still wear it. I don't know. I just thought that was so cute.
Yes, he said, put that gloss on.
Yeah, so I can kiss it off you again.
Yes. Yes, I love seeing all of them play their little game where they get to make out and smush and kiss and on the first night, which is crazy to me.
Yes!
And I have a question for
If I had known that this was what Love Island was about, I would have tuned in sooner.
Yeah, like, is there mouthwash on hand? Are we
STD
doing
screening?
That's what I'm saying. Are we doing full STI panels, HIV, and the like before they get there?
Yeah.
Like, we need the full panel.
I'm sure they are.
I hope so. I hope y'all paying for the premium test.
They better.
Okay. So when they played the game, here were some of the questions from the game, which was, fave sex position, missionary doggy or cowgirl?
That was the one I struggled with the most because my favorite sexual position is several.
Okay.
If we just do one, I might have enjoyed it, but it didn't, like, there's something about, like, there's something about changing positions and doing it at least more than once.
Absolutely.
At minimum, you know? And I'm not saying I gotta be flipped like a pancake every 2 minutes. But ideally we hit all of them actually. Absolutely. But there was no door for that. So I would have picked
missionary doggy or cowgirl?
Doggy.
Okay, same.
If I had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I'm going to go doggy, but I feel the same. We need to be rotating.
Yes.
Okay, we can't just be staying in one place. That's not sex to me. That's just, I don't know, playing freeze tag.
Yeah.
Or holding a position. I don't know. Okay, I didn't come
Pin
here
the tail on the
that.
donkey.
Yeah, I didn't come here to do that. Okay. What type of person are you? Dog, cat, or plant person?
Okay, this is complex because I would have stood behind the dog door, but I feel like my personality is very cat-like, even though I'm a dog lover.
Okay.
I'm a cat.
Okay.
Meow.
You give black cat energy.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I would have stood behind the dog door too, but I would have, actually you may have seen me behind plants, only because I figured everyone would have gone to I would have had the same mindset as Casey.
Justice for Casey!
Everyone's going for cat and dog, let me go for plants.
That was not a deal breaker.
Exactly. I would have done the exact same strategy.
It wasn't, I don't know why everyone
acted like he was weird for that. That was, everyone else was weird.
And it was honest.
Weird.
It was honest, which that is valuable in my book.
Right.
Like,
and also, are they, I already talked about this, are they administering mouthwash? I want to know. Is it okay to check your partner's phone? Never, always, or sometimes?
So that is another complex question. The way I've always felt about this is if I feel like I need to check your phone, we already have a problem. I've never had the impulse to check my man's phone. And for me, if I feel the need to, the alarms are already going off then. And so we're already going to talk.
Yeah.
But I
already need to sit down.
I don't need to snoop through your phone. What's done, I don't know. Like, I'm going to find out, But I also have nothing to hide. Yeah. I have nothing to hide, but I'd also take it as a red flag if you're concerned too and you don't trust me. Yeah. So I don't know what door I would have stood behind.
I think I would have gone to the sometimes door.
Yeah, I guess that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I would have gone to the sometimes door, not because I feel like I necessarily need to check a phone, but I'm going to do it if I feel like
if I stood behind the never door, it would have looked like
that's a little too...
I have something to hide.
That's a little too binary.
And then the always door, it's too invasive.
Those are too extremes.
Yeah.
It's a gray area, okay? Sometimes you need to check that phone.
Absolutely.
Okay, go in that phone and scroll through them apps, okay? Scroll through all the apps, go into all the messages, okay? I am pro checking the phone. Sometimes, though. Sometimes. Okay. So, we talked about no one being behind Casey's door. Wild.
I know.
Okay, so let's get to the couples. The coupling up that we have now. To me, I think Trinity and Bryce are a chop. Trinity, leave him. He keeps... First of all, I did not like when they sat down and they had their little one-on-one chat. I don't know if it's a LA thing, it's a California thing. Don't be calling her dude. That is not a dude.
I didn't even catch that.
That is a beautiful, fine, majestic woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you need to address her as such.
I felt like, and I'm hopping around, I felt like Trinity had great discernment to be like, oh, there's an age gap. I don't know if I'm really comfortable with that. Like, I feel like she was able to be very self-aware and come to that conclusion in a really great amount. Like, kudos to her, because I might have gotten, like, caught up. You know? And so I like how self-aware she is. And for someone so young, she seems just very confident and self-assured. And I do have in my notes, she made me laugh when she made that saliva comment. She was like, my own spit or something like that. Girl, what? And that was after they all had swapped spit.
Right.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I want her to find somebody else. I think a bombshell in the villa.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're going to keep looking.
Comes in, and I think, Trinity, you should jump ship. Anaya and Casey, how do you feel about them? They were the last two who did not get paired off.
And at first I was like, ooh, that must suck. But it kind of, in a way, it's an interesting position because at first you're like, oh, it can't get any worse. Like, the only direction it can go is up. And so it was, I'm sure, a humbling experience for both of them. And then they were able to come and sit on that couch and, like, really just open up with each other. And it looks like they had some really good conversations and had a solid connection. And I was surprised. I was so sure that, like, it would feel like consolation prizes on both their ends. But it seems like in the end, they connected.
Yeah, and I don't know why, Casey, you were making all those faces. Like, he kept moving his eyebrows and moving his lips in a weird way.
Okay,
I don't know what that was.
Some of us have expressive faces now.
No. It was very like, yeah. I'm going to seduce you.
Oh.
Look at me. I'm so hot. I'm such a hot guy.
You know what? Now that you mention it, maybe there was
Anaya clocked it. She was like, why is your face moving like that? And I had the same question, Casey. Why is your face moving like that? Okay, we got Zach and Kenzie. Okay. So the blonde conversation. Yeah, he's like, I don't date blondes.
Well, he didn't say that. He said he has never dated a blonde. Not that he never would. And for me, that wouldn't have been a deal breaker. But I do respect her, Kenzie. Like, when I was watching in real time, like, I felt like Kenzie was having conversations that was like, oh, I don't like that he's never dated blondes. Like, I was expecting her to want to keep looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I respect her. Even though it wouldn't be a deal breaker for me, I respect her for being like, thank you, next, or so I thought. But I was also like, girl, technically you're not blonde either.
Yeah, that was a very dirty blonde, girl. That was a dirty blonde. And I don't think that Zach needed to say that. I think it was all written all over his face. He's like, I need me a dark-haired, tall, like, glass of water.
And it was the girls that picked the guys, right?
Yeah.
Got it,
yeah.
okay.
I just don't think he was feeling her.
Yeah. I was shocked. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I was shocked to see that Kenzie stood on the green dot for him. And in the preview for next episode, she's crying, saying, I always pick cheaters. And I'm like, it's been one day, sweetie.
Things move fast in the villa. I tell you. Okay, Sincere and Melanie, we talked about them a lot, but any other thoughts on them?
I think like they're my favorite couple from episode 1. Like, it seems like they had a mutual attraction from the jump, and it's hard not to be like, captivated by that. But I would also say I'm very much interested in Anaya and Casey, especially them. They feel like underdogs for me, and it's really interesting, that journey of like, okay, we didn't pick each other from the very beginning, but by the end of the episode, they both stood on that dot, and I really liked that. So I'm also just rooting for them as well.
Yeah, rooting for the underdogs. And lastly, Bea and Sean. These are the last of the original 10 that came in.
Sean is the police officer.
Sean is the cop with the child.
And you're saying Beatrice.
Yes.
So yeah, like at first I thought she was feeling Sean's like aggressiveness. But I know it was kind of a turnoff for me. So by the end, when it's revealed that like she wants to keep looking, it was like, see, we're on the same wavelength, because I would have been turned off by Sean too, like he was just a little too much.
He came on a little too strong, Sean.
Yeah. But I really like Beatrice. I'm very happy that she's on this cast. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She's
I
fabulous.
Hope you go far, girl. I hope you go long and far. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch like the last like 15, 20 minutes of that episode because Love Island is so fucking long. It takes up all your damn day.
Yeah. Well, there were two.
Any thoughts about the last 30 minutes of the episode?
I was on the edge of my seat. I received phone calls, and I could have paused it because I was watching on Peacock, but I was silent. I was spoiler alert, there were two more bombshells that came in, but, not much happened besides swapping more spit.
Love.
But yeah, you have converted me into a Love Island fan.
All right, the summer is about to get interesting. Yay! That's all I have to say.
Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening to Shelbz for the Culture. A huge thank you to my guest, Krystal, for joining me and helping me break down all this Bravo chaos. Krystal, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at KrystalGemsArt.MUA. That's Krystal with a K, GEMS.MUA.
Oop. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're subscribed, rating, reviewing, sharing, texting it to your group chat, and forwarding it to that friend who treats Bravo like a full-time job. Mm-hmm. Happy Pride Month. Until next time. Bye, everybody.